Ladies and gentlemen, live from Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's Wednesday or Saturday, and you know what that means. It's time for AEW Dynamite or Collision Event Center. And now here's the man that will bring you the happenings of AEW All Elite Wrestling action, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Episode number 2451. I hope you guys had a wonderful Saturday day and afternoon, evening. The Red Sox are winning 3-2 over the San Diego Padres, but the Padres are a very tough team. You cannot underestimate them. Ever since they got Xander Bogaerts, they always contend against the Dodgers. And the Padres and Red Sox are in the same boat in different leagues and in their respective divisions. Both teams are in second place. They try to chase the first place teams. In the Red Sox case, it's the Toronto Blue Jays. In the Padres case, it's obviously the defending world champion Los Angeles Dodgers. And the addition of Blake Snell with the Dodgers has really helped the Dodgers. So there is that. So I had a decent Saturday. I mean, like I said, it's been a very tough month. I'm trying to get through this month. This month has already started off a little rough. Like I said, the only highlight of this month so far is the Portuguese feast that I've attended. But nevertheless, I will bounce back. Speaking of wrestling, I'll do the AEW Collision in just a moment. But speaking of wrestling, I want to do another Top of the Shenanigans charts. I've been writing down a lot of Top of the Shenanigans charts ideas, and I'm going to run it by a lot of you good folks out there. As we'll talk about the baseball season. In honor of that, will be top 10 favorite baseball movies. My personal top 10 favorite baseball movies. And being a Christian and being a Bible reader, I decided that do my top 10 favorite Bible figures, and I will explain why I like them each. And obviously, I know we're thinking now, a little spoiler for this one, not on the list is Jesus Christ, because he's already number one in my life. That's all I want to say on that matter. I don't need to put him on any list because he's number one in my life. And that's the most important thing. I'm talking about Bible figures other than the Lord himself. So that's one of the lists I can do. My top 10 favorite NES games, since the NES is celebrating 40 years this year in October. So I figured, why not put my favorite NES games, excluding the Mario games, all right? Because Super Mario has already got 40. It already was about celebrating 40 years as well. Also, my top 10 favorite wrestling title belts. You're going to hear from that. And I got my top 20 favorite Sesame Street segments because PBS, because with the they're shutting down the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and Sesame Street was part of it growing up. And I'm doing my top 20 favorite Sesame Street segments, because Sesame Street was one of the shows I grew up watching. So that's a huge deal. So that's what's coming. Also, I don't know, top 5, top 10, top 15, top 20. I'm going to have a top list of, to me, the most annoying wrestlers and wrestling personalities. It could be commentators, managers, wrestlers themselves. It could be some of the lady wrestlers. You never know who I'm going to this list and why. You're going to have to look forward to that when you see it. So, that's my Top of Shenanigans charts coming up for that. For that. And which ones you want to hear? I'm kind of curious to see which one you want to hear at that point. So, I want to keep myself busy during, like I said, I have to repeat it, I'm on a sabbatical from Chilling with Jordy, Rate and Rave, Raw Live Reactions. I will not make an appearance as a panelist for the rest of this month as a panelist and or in the live chats. As well as I'm not making appearances for Network 3000 or the House of Chayton. I have decided to bow out of those. I will not make an appearance in the live chat for those either. Also, I'm not going to make an appearance in the live chat for both of us. I'm going to try to get myself better, but I will continue doing content here. That's very, very important. So, and I did request that nobody mention me. But I want to let everyone know I will be fine. I will be fine. This is that, there's a lot of things that, mentally I'm going to have to deal with. And, we're not even halfway through this month yet. So, next week we'll be halfway through this month. So we shall see what happens, okay? So, hopefully, and unless things change or people get desperate, I'm off this month. I'm off. As far as podcasting and live reacting with other people is concerned. So just a little friendly reminder, just in case. I know there's some people out there who are not sharp, are not some of the sharpest knives in the drawer, shall we say? So I think I think it's time to let you good folks know out there. So a little friendly reminder, no big deal. All right, then let's talk about what happened at AEW Collision. Now, first and foremost, Paul Walter Hauser, who is the star who won a Golden Globe, is also the star of one of the recent movies that came out, and that would be, give me a second here, it's still there. All right, and that will be Luckiest Man in America, Paul Walter Hauser. That's right. And you know what, though? Here's the crazy part about the whole dang thing. There are a lot of wrestlers out there that keep running their mouths, and they're like contestants with 3 whammies. They're pressing their luck. So, let's talk about Kyle Fletcher. And Kyle Fletcher went up against the New Japan Strong Openweight Champion, the Stone Pitbull, Tomohiro Ishii. And this was a heck of a matchup. It could have gone either way, but Fletcher was successful in his first title defense as he won the matchup. And then he addresses the rolling out crowd, and then about Forbidden Door, he's issued a challenge to anybody in New Japan. And tells them to send their best for Forbidden Door. So we'll find out who will accept that challenge. 2 weeks from this Sunday, 2 weeks from tomorrow, is the Forbidden Door pay-per-view. Then you got Ricochet and the Gates of Agony. Actually, Don Callis also addresses the success that Fletcher's been on, and also New Japan. And I don't know if he's going to be recruiting anybody from New Japan or find a worthy challenger for Kyle Fletcher. And then Ricochet and the Gates of Agony attacked 5 random dudes and basically addressed Juice Robinson for tonight's match. And Alicia Toot interviewed Nick and Shayna Wayne and Kip Sabian, and they're making it their mission to end the career of Christian Cage. Christian Cage, you have done something you should never have done, my friend. I'm afraid for you. Meanwhile, Megan Bayne went one-on-one with Emily Rose, and Megan Bayne ended up winning the matchup. And I think Megan Bayne going to regret the day she's ever injured Harley Cameron. And I'll tell you one thing, if I were Megan Bayne, I'll watch it back. Lexi Nair interviewed Big Bill and Brian Keith, and Brian Keith and Big Bill were upset with Juice Robinson. Meanwhile, Juice Robinson, a.k.a. Mr. Tony Storm, because he's married to Tony Storm, went up against Ricochet, and the Gates of Agony gets involved during the matchup. Big Bill hits Robinson with a boot during the matchup, and Austin Gunn couldn't stop it all, and unfortunately, Ricochet wins the match. Meanwhile, Lexi Nair interviews Max Caster about, getting the fans to chant him and find out who's next to challenge him in the 5-minute challenge. Meanwhile, trios matchup, FTR Stokely Hathaway as he gets ready to face Adam Copeland this coming Wednesday night on Dynamite, went up against a team of Joe Keys, Ryan Zuko, and Josh Fuller, And with FTR and Stokely winning the matchup. And then Derek Garcia joins on commentary, and next week it will be a fatal four-way matchup between Hechicero, Daniel Garcia, Lee Moriarty, and Nigel McGuinness. And the winner of that match will face Zack Sabre Jr. for the IWGP World Heavyweight title at Forbidden Door. So this is a huge opportunity. But right now he was doing commentary for A.R. Fox and Hechicero. Another great matchup. Hechicero won by submission. Meanwhile, Harley Cameron was watching the matchup where she got hurt against Megan Bain, and she covered her face because her face was busted up and stuff. And then all of a sudden she starts snapping a little bit and grabs her protective cat mask and puts it on, and rah. So that means Megan Bain, you better watch your back, girl, because once Harley Cameron comes back, you're going to feel her wrath. And believe me, Megan Bain, as big as you are, as strong as you are, you don't have the heart and determination like Harley Cameron. And then there was a women's trios matchup as Tay Mello, Queen Amanada, Will Nightingale went up against the Triangle of Madness as Julia Hart, Sky Blue, and Tekla. And Julia Hart, Sky Blue, and Tekla ended up winning the matchup. And then Sky Fly addresses Dawn Callis, who was trying to horn in on trying to split up Sky Fly already. And then FTR and Big Stoke addresses Adam Copeland and Brodito. As you know, FTR and Brodito will go one-on-one. The winner of that, this tournament will face the Hurt Syndicate for the AEW Tag Team titles at Forbidden Door. Then Max Caster addresses the Roanoke crowd, and they have a 5-minute matchup. Katsuyori Shibata, 1/3 of the Ops and Trios champions, accepted the challenge. Shibata wins, and Shibata helped up Max Caster. Two shook hands and hugged until LFI, Los Facción Ingobernables, Rush, Dralistico, Beast Mortals attacked both of them until Jet Speed came to the aid of Caster and Shibata. And then Hangman and Page came out, and they had a trios matchup. And in the end, Hangman Adam Page and Jet Speed won. Page won it for the and with the buckshot lariat on Dralistico. Well, that is all the time that we have on this episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977. Don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow, if I'm going to do anything tomorrow, video-wise and stuff. I got family over and stuff. Usually do every Sunday. But I'm going to have a good day. And at church tomorrow and all that, so I'm going to have a great day. Well, I'm done here for the night. And I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful, blessed night. Rest of your night. And until next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and do it for Bob Saget production, and in association with a Raving Bull for 3000 Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.